What's going on, guys? This is not going to be my most proud video, but it's definitely something important that you guys need to hear. It's what I did when I was first trading and how I lost $13,000 trying to learn how to trade. So when I first was starting to learn to trade, it was partially in college and then partially as I
can't say this stupid word.
And then partially as I transitioned into having a 9-to-5 job. As I was doing so, I had very little money to my name because I just wasn't a working person yet, or had just started working when I was working my job. So $13,000 back then was a ton of money. It was like most of what I had, and to be losing that consistently was pretty demoralizing. If you see my Instagram video about how I did this, then you already know that I lost this $13,000 as I was trying to learn how to trade. But the key here is that those $13,000 were some of the best invested dollars that I have to date in learning how to skill, learning what not to do. And honestly, guys, when you lose money doing something, you're that much more likely not to repeat that mistake ever again because you've suffered the consequences and you feel what it's like to actually be losing something. So you want to do whatever you can to turn that around and succeed. Pretty much, guys, I was the stereotypical stonks guy that you see on the subreddit Wall Street Bets, literally just trying to make $1 million off of every single trade that I made. So we're going to get into the 3 biggest mistakes that I was making as the stonks man trying to learn how to trade. So before we get to that, please leave a like on this video for the YouTube algorithm and to help out the stonks guy. All right, so number 1, guys, was my expectations of what trading actually was were way too high. So I actually saw all these people on Instagram making a crap ton of money trading, and I thought that, hey, trading is where the big bucks are. I can make a lot of money very fast by learning how to trade. And so I would go into the market with like $500 to $1,000 at a time, and I would be looking to make like 10 grand or 100 grand on that investment, playing like ridiculously out of the money, like Tesla $2,000 calls, just stuff nobody trades. My expectations were massively too high, and for that reason, my reward was greatly outweighing my risk, but the winning percentage was almost 0. So if you're trying to make 100 grand and the chance of doing that is less than 1% on $1,000, you're just going to lose that $1,000 over and over and over and over, right? And that's what happened until it amassed to about $13,000, which, at one point I was like, I got to stop doing this. Like, it's not, at what point does it become not worth it anymore? So glad I pushed through, learned how to do it correctly. But just so you know, I was in this place of feeling demoralized by the stock market, just taking everything I had. The second reason, guys, was that my position sizing was ridiculously terrible. I would just put whatever my account value was into every trade. I wouldn't think about, how confident am I in this trade? I wouldn't think about what's the risk reward. I would just dump as many dollars as humanly possible into the position because I was thinking like, hey, if this goes in my direction, I want to put myself in the best case to make money on this. I didn't even think about what would happen if it lost value until after it happened. So once again, guys, this is what my portfolio is. Cam just put it right here for him. You can see that we did have little areas of success, but immediately it was just lost. And because of that, every time I was wrong, it would suck just massive value out of my portfolio. And the third reason, guys, was that I was over trading. Over trading is literally the #1 issue, in my opinion, that all new traders and experienced traders experience as they are trying to make money in the stock market. What this means is that you get your money out of a trade and you immediately want to go back into another trade for one of 2 reasons. Either 1, you lost money and you want to gain it back, or 2, you made money, you think you're on a heater and you want to make more money as soon as possible. If you're trading constantly, you're definitely over trading. That means you're not waiting for opportunities to come to you. You're going out and seeking opportunities that you think the best chances of putting your money into, and hopefully something good will come of that. This includes scrolling through your watch list for like 30 minutes, like looking for, I have to trade something, like something to put my money in because it's doing me no good sitting here in cash, when in reality, it's doing you 1,000,000 times better sitting there in cash. Overtrading was definitely one of my biggest issues as a new trader, and I'm so glad that I was able to recognize that and move past it. And again, guys, I just want to reiterate how important it was for me to actually lose this $13,000 in the stock market to learn these skills. Because had it been like paper money or something, I would have just, discounted it off. I'm not actually losing real money. When you lose real money to you, it's something that, it hits you hard, and it's something you say, I need to do this differently or else I'm not going to be seeing the results that I want to be seeing. Just like when you spend money on a course, you're much more likely to actually go through that course and complete the whole thing than you are if you just get something for free. You're never going to do it. I also think you learn 1,000 times more from your losses than you do from your wins. If you do everything correctly and you win a trade, there's nothing to analyze there. There's nothing like that you can further learn. If you do something incorrectly, then there's a ton of ways you can learn from that, progress forward, and not make the same mistake again. Now, I'm so grateful that this was only $13,000 and not $130,000, right? Because at the level that I'm trading at now, if I were to lose the same percentage, it would be infinitely more money.
No, not infinitely. That's not a correct mathematics equation.
If I were to lose the same percentage at the rate I'm trading at now, it would be so much more money than it was. That's why, guys, it's so important to build that foundation first by learning to trade correctly with a small amount of money, or fairly small amount of money, and then scaling up after you have that proof of concept and you know that those skills are in place and the emotional control is in place as well. So guys, that is my story about losing $13,000 as I was starting to trade. You know, a lot of people that were watching me learn to trade might not have known this at the time. If you were my friend, like in college, you probably didn't know that I lost that much money trading. You just kind of look at someone, see their success, and you assume that they've just been that way forever. No, success isn't something that is a straight line. Obviously, you know this picture. It's the one with like the dot and then success being drawn. Cam, can you put it right here for him? You have what people think is the straight line, and then you have what it actually takes, and it's the squiggly line going all over the place. So hopefully this video also gives you a little bit of confidence about if you've lost a little bit of money in the stock market trying to learn how to trade. You know, hopefully it's not the end of the world for you. You can figure out how to actually use those losses to get better and profit over time. So thanks for watching, guys. Please leave this video a like if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.